Hi Virgo, welcome to your bi-weekly. So this is going to be until the end of October. So I pre-shuffled, so let's just jump in. Bottom of the deck, whoa, Seven of Swords. But it is reversed. Actually kind of funny, I wanted this deck to be upright, so this may have switched, which is kind of good. Seven of Swords is generally sneaky behavior. Sometimes we are forced in this kind of situation, kind of like take anything we have. Maybe this is literally taking off from our own house, saving our own selves as well. When it's reversed, it is basically talking about getting it. It could be somebody admitting some kind of truth. It could be apology. It could be explanation. And definitely, I see that as like aha moment. You know, sometimes you long for somebody forever, and just like that one day you wake up and you're free. That kind of a feeling. So let's see what happens. Wow, the Emperor. You're maybe manning some kind of legal issues, kind of like testing yourself, what kind of person you are, where do you want to be. This is definitely about the stability, and it's kind of questioning who you are in relationships, what you provide in relationships, and also what you need in relationships. If this is talking about the business, that could mean solidifying yourself, finding a job or a business, creating your own little kind of like empire or kingdom. So it's a really great beginning. Wow, it gets better. And then you have the Star to boot. So this is definitely spiritual component. Not so much emotional, but it's kind of like healing that goes right through, right? And sure, it can be emotional healing. It's kind of like wish upon a star, being able to really walk on water, and feeling altogether really uplifting, really energized. So it's kind of like a really cool thing. And then we have the bottom here, Eight of Pentacles. So that's probably music to your ears. You like to be organized, you like to be orderly, you kind of like also want to create something that kind of makes sense. So Eight of Pentacles means putting things in their boxes, kind of like making sure things are being taken care of in order to kind of like go to the grand finish. So let's see how this is going to relate. There was some kind of recent joy that you guys experienced. Three of Cups definitely talks about some kind of celebration. Pretty much maybe could be getting together with your friends and really kind of like lifting up spirits. So this is all really super, super, super nice. It could be that there was something, and I'm going to leave it here, something that was kind of stopping your progress. And now the clarity is there and things are moving. And moving on to kind of like in a kind of dramatic way, but also in an emotional way. So sort of like maybe something was that managed to lift the lid on both ends. So what is crowning you? Oh, the Tower. Well, buckle up, guys. It's not going to be as easy. I was just thinking that I'm just giving them a fairy tale. This is so freaking fantastic. But guys, everything good always gets packaged with something else, right? You get the really channel that you want, and you get like a 25 of them that you don't want. But this kind of can be very close to this card, and it's not this is not a mistake that they're like sort of like numbered the same way. This is 16, 1 and 6 is 7, and this is a 7. Sevens are spiritual cards. Sevens are when it's asking us to get it. The destiny is asking us to get it. But how many of us wake up in the morning and say, well, today I'm going to get it, right? 0. So the destiny steps in, organize some kind of events, something shocking, something that kind of like really hits us. Not something that has been brewing for a while, but something that just kind of surprises us. And maybe we knew of existence of it, but we just thought we would just get away with this, and then phew, shock. And it's going to get fixed. It will get fixed. It's going to get rebuilt, but it might feel a little bit kind of harsh when this hits. Maybe this is already something that happened. Maybe there's already something that you're living through it. Maybe you're already taking some kind of steps to organize yourself to kind of like clarify the situation. So let's see how you feel. Wow, you guys are exhausted. It was Well, yeah, this kind of seems very intense to me. So I guess you just want to relax. You want to take a break. Maybe it was just too much celebrating. Maybe it was just like too much pressure on you from all the sides. This can also mean kind of like just, you know, turning off your phone and turning off all this kind of like modern things and just saying, you know what? I'm not going to watch Cat Tarot for 2 days right now. I just need to relax. It's a good thing. This is kind of like giving thanks. This is giving thanks and realizing that sometimes we live busy lives. Sometimes we are almost like programmed. And this is our time to deprogram. This is a time when you see the swords are kind of pushing down. Not to continue, start to thinking, and start to kind of like bother ourselves with all these thoughts, but to simply kind of like go in and actually shut them down. So this is your near future here. Wow, you have the Magician. Now, guys, something happened that you established or re-established yourself. The way you did it seemed to be okay, but then something was amiss, and that will be fixed. And it will be fixed really, really well. The Magician actually has all the tools to build a new financial grounds, to build a new spiritual grounds, to build new relationships, and to build new passions. Magician can do anything. But this is a bachelor, bachelorette now. So this is possibly going to be some kind of thinking about, okay, what do I want to create? Because you are going to learn your lesson here. Something maybe that you wanted to create was not maybe in your best interest. This healing that was taking place and kind of like putting down foundation was not exactly done in a way to kind of like serve your best good. So you have to figure out which part it is, but trust me, it's going to be figured out for you. So let's see what is in your environment. Wow, you have a King of Wands. Guys, you have a woman or a man coming in. If you're already expecting somebody, if you know somebody, most likely that person is going to be a fire sign. I think King of Wands generally is represented with the Leo, but definitely this is a dating kind of like card. King of Wands is always like, hey, I'm here. They're not moving really fast. They're like actually very reliable. They're good business people. They're charismatic. People listen to them. And as you can see, the world is his oyster. He kind of like doesn't have much hesitation. So, Virgos. Oh my gosh. So maybe it's a good thing that you're going to take some time off, because this guy can catapult you in a completely different hemisphere. Because when you're dating, and like, first of all, depends also if it's a fire sign or just starting to date. Whenever we start to date, we are always go, 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 right? And then we go, ugh, I'm just tired right now. I just kind of need some rest. But this is what's going to happen. You are going to go from this to this. So just make sure that you have a few kind of ready wardrobes in your closet that you can quickly put on, because that's exactly what's going to happen. Your life is going to the 5th gear. And for those of you who drive automatic car only, this is the fastest gear, okay? So, hopes and fears. Wish card. Wish card. Make a wish. Wow. But at the same time, make sure, based on this card, that this wish is done with the best possible purposes. That this is not just me, me, me. Because 9 of Cups, what I don't like about this card is it feels kind of lonely. And it is connecting to the other 9s that are saying that this is kind of like something that you need to figure out what you need on an emotional level. So make a wish. And it's kind of lovely. So let's see the trajectory at the end of the month. The Moon. Something is still unleashed. Something is still unknown. You kind of like maybe assuming that things are kind of like much bigger than they are, because right, you don't see the cat, you see the panther. The truth is, like, sometimes we just have to tap through the dark until the dawn, and then you kind of like see things different. So it's your attitude to kind of like do slow but steady. It's pretty good. Okay guys, the horoscope signs I see here will be Scorpio, Aries, Pisces, Gemini, Leo, Aries, and it could somehow be somebody in your environment that kind of like an Aquarius that can actually connect to that. So let me see, is there anything in particular that I need to, yeah, let's check this tower. That's the only thing, and the moon we'll check. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 major arcanas. That's kind of a biggie, guys. This period is going to be really, really good. So yeah, have your outfits ready. Make sure you're getting rest, because your days can be like really full of stuff. So let's see this tower. The devil. It could be attraction to somebody. It could be about the choices. Sometimes it's a money versus relationship. Devil generally kind of like appeals to our worst interest, right? You see, the tower is relating to both Scorpio and Aries. Scorpio because some rebuilding has to happen inside, and Aries is rebuilding on the outside. This is definitely talking about being tempted with earthly goods. So sometimes, let's say you want to stay married because, hey, it's good for the money, etc., but it's really not good for you. So it's kind of like a card that is appealing to our lowest instincts. And if you ever studied Maslow's scale of hierarchy of needs, this is kind of like the bottom one. This, by the way, you'll be meeting somebody who is very alluring, really, really charming. It might be hot and passionate sex, and that could be something that kind of can make you question your values, and this can be like this kind of turmoil that has been brought to your life. It's going to be a really, really sexy person and enormously good sex. So you have to figure out if it's worth it to you, and after that you're going to get exhausted and you're going to really need some rest. So let's see the moon. I mean, sounds good, right? Let's see the moon. What is the moon here for Virgo? Queen of Cups. You guys are sailing through that with flying colors. You're getting like your emperor. You are the star. There is like this coupling over here. There is sex. Oh my gosh, I can write a movie out of this. There is a sex and celebration and friends, and you're building your kingdom, and there's like this like fairy princess that you want to win her over, and you're climbing the tower to get her, but then instead of her there's this guy with a beard, and then you're saying, okay, forget it, no, I have to get myself out of it. Where the heck do I want to go? Okay, now I'm tired, I need to rest. What do I wish? I wish this. And then you're waiting for your wishes to come true. So what is that moon here for? Did I check this moon? Yeah, I checked this moon. That's the Queen of Cups. So this moon is basically bringing in complete equilibrium. It could be yet another person. So you guys, in this period, I would highly advise to date. Highly, highly advised. It's going to be unbelievable choice. One of these choices can be kind of interesting, but still very sexually fulfilling. So pace yourself. Have lots of outfits, have amazing lingerie ready, and just simply enjoy these 2 weeks. That's all I would tell you. You know what? You pretty much, yeah, you're going to be something weird. Maybe it's going to be somebody who's going to be a one-night stand, and that's what's going to be shocking. Somebody who's promising you everything, stability and everything, but it's not going to be this way. But you're landing on your feet, and you're making your wishes coming true and going through the unknown. So we are getting to the question part. So guys, pose a question. I have already drawn the cards for that, so we're going to see. So you have door number 1, door number 2, and door number 3. Now Virgos, I would love to see and hear your opinion on this. This is kind of interesting story, and yeah, let's kind of like write this one. Hi Sophie. Hi Sophie. Do you love Virgos? She just doped herself with catnip. She's a little bit probably stoned, right? Are you stoned? Huh? Are you stoned? Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Okay, guys, Virgos and cross watchers, the door number 1. And there is a fire queen. That's kind of like that person that is coming there. So it's reversed. Fairy Queen reversed is fun to date, but she's keeping on the arm's length, or he's keeping on the arm's length. So I would say it's going to be some partial success, but it's not going to be massive fireworks. Kind of, it's not going to feel like a right thing, but it will continue, and it's going to feel like sort of like, yes, I'm getting somewhere. The door number 2, 10 of Cups. Yes. This probably was a question about love. I want to get together, I want to marry. You most likely will, and you might even get proposed very soon. And the door number 3. Whoa, here we have it again. It is reversed though. You'll be acting out of your element. You are still, I mean, I know you're an earth sign. This kind of like means a lot to you, all these earthy goods, but not everything is money. And you know it, actually, from all earth signs, you know this the most. But this is still kind of like connected to maybe something where you have been chained over something, or this issue you're asking. Okay, maybe this is not for all Virgos because they're cross watchers asking. This is that box, being stuck in a box, acting out of your element. So the answer here is, if this is asking about getting back together with someone, you will, but it's not going to be good. Nothing will change, and the reason why you broke up in the first place is a reason that's going to keep doing the same thing. If you ask about anything else, then you are looking for, you have to look for a new way to resolve the situation, because right now you don't have the right solution. Right now you just have a partial belief in what the solution should be. So the chains have to go down, and you kind of have to go to what they call a delight, meaning kind of like the solutions are right now poisoned with faulty thinking. This is that ultimate card of codependency, saying you keep doing the wrong things and thinking that you just cannot help yourself. I have to for this and this reasons. And that kind of card kind of like go inside and figure out what kind of like you really want. Be careful if you're going forward with this. That's all I'm saying. So Virgos, love you, you know that. So love your comments, and please send me a note. I'd love to know what you feel about this connection with this reading. You can get my private reading at www.cattarot.ca. Please subscribe. Please give me a thumbs up or thumbs down, whichever way you prefer. And to get your daily tarot fix, check my Facebook. All the links are down in the description, including all the offers that I have for the readings. Love you guys. Have a great October. All the best.